Hi everybody, welcome along to the YouTube channel. My name's Greg, my friends call me the Corporate Yogi, and I'm here today to talk to you about the topic of meditation. More specifically, those people out there who say, I haven't got time to meditate. And you know who you are, so let's see if we can help you find some time and encourage you to get going in order to do what? To raise your game in where? In the business world. Yeah, that's right. We sharpen the mind, we learn to consciously control the mind. We are going to improve at the game of business. So many people say to me, I haven't got time to meditate. And I ask people in business, well, have you ever meditated? And interestingly, many people have used different apps, and they'll say to you, yeah, I used to meditate. And when I ask them, well, did you benefit from the process of meditation? And they will say, yes, they did in fact benefit. So what becomes interesting is, why is something that they're benefiting from no longer a priority? And I'll allow you to wonder that. So then I like to ask people a question, well, if you're not meditating, how about you start? And they say, well, how long should I meditate for? I say, well, you should meditate for at least an hour. These people are aghast. They're like, oh, shock, horror, I'm being asked to meditate for a whole hour. And in fact, those people who are shocked and surprised, they're in fact the people who are the most irritated and agitated. And in fact, then I say to them, well, for you, you should in fact meditate for 2 hours. And just go and sit and ponder that. Because to calm the mind, to settle the mind, to remove the irritation, the agitation, the sadness, the anger, the fear, the guilt, to remove all of these things, what do you need to do? You need to go within, be introspective, learn to calm down, to settle. And then once you begin to do that, you can learn to bring these wonderful states into life. Now, I made a promise, I'm going to help you to find some time. Why? Because I want to give you the time so that you can start to meditate. And then in this way, make the world a better place for you, for me, and as the song goes, for the entire human race. Where are you going to find that time? Well, as a wise man once told me, you're going to find the time in the space in between. Well, the space in between what? Well, we could tell you that you're going to find the time in the space in between meetings. Or you're going to find it in the space in between activities, or the space in between commitments. Because what tends to happen, you see, is people fall into the cracks. And the time between things is generally wasted. I see this with business people all of the time. They're so busy being busy, they don't take time to stop and think about what they're being busy for. So, for example, you go to a meeting, you're tapping your fingers on the couch, you're looking around the waiting room. Well, instead of doing that and just allowing the mind to be aimless, sit down, close your eyes, and just pause. Take a few minutes to bring yourself into a relaxed, alert state. And what's likely to happen? Well, the meeting that you're about to attend, I will tell you, over time will get significantly better results. Why? Because you sharpen the saw, you sharpen the tool that is most required to be at its best when you go into these meetings. And where else can you find time? Well, in the spaces in between. Yeah, so for example, you know, if you're doing business internationally, you're probably going to spend a lot of time in airports, and therefore you'll spend a lot of time in lounges, waiting for flights, or in the boarding area when you've been called, or sat on the plane, waiting for the plane to take off. These are perfect spaces in between, where as long as you're conscious, you can direct your attention to, yeah, I'm going to take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even as much as an hour or more, to sit, to center myself, and to meditate. And now I'm working on the basis that you know how the process of meditation works. And if you don't, then we're more than happy to share with you and show you not just how to meditate, but how to meditate effectively and efficiently so that you can get more out of it. Other areas that are spaces in between. Let's say you're in a hotel, you're waiting for a taxi. Again, sit in the foyer, in the lobby, wait for the taxi to turn up. Take the time to just become introspective, to go inside, to slow down, to sharpen the saw. In fact, whenever we're waiting, you might have gone to the gym with your partner and you sat in reception, you're waiting for them to come out, and they're doing their hair, and if you're like me, you're out more quickly, and then 15-20 minutes later they appear. Well, you could be full of frustration at that point, or you could have taken 15 to 20 minutes to meditate, and then you'll be relaxed and calm and ready to greet your partner in a gentle, compassionate and loving way. And therefore, to begin to realize, it's how we behave in these spaces in between that will make a significant difference to the way that we lead our lives. Now, what are the other spaces in between that are less obvious? Maybe you're boiling a kettle to have a brew of some nature or other, and instead of there being frustrated at the filament or the speed of the kettle, just slow yourself down, alter your breath, go inside, and just take those 3 minutes or so while the kettle boils to become introspective and to start to meditate. Maybe if you watch TV, I don't have a TV, I would encourage you to get rid of it. If you do, when the adverts are on, just simply mute the TV and take the time, the 3 minutes or so the adverts are going to run for, to once again take some time to meditate. Other things like running a bath. Now you begin to get the idea. There's lots of spaces in between, or spaces that run parallel to tasks that you're performing, where you can just sit and gift yourself the time and enjoy the process of meditation. And so what am I encouraging you to do to move efficiently and effectively between tasks? And this means paying close attention. And one thing that I'm going to encourage you to do is to do a time audit. How much time can you find that you've been wasting in the spaces in between? And once you've done the audit, it will be different every day, obviously. You'll begin to realize that it's easy for you to do 15 to 20 minutes. It's probably going to be easy for you to do much more than that. And what are some of the things other people do in order to find time? Well, they realize that meditation is in fact a priority for them. So they'll wake up 15 minutes earlier. Yeah, okay, I hear you. You already think you're getting up early enough. But what if the time that you invest in the meditation actually was more rewarding than the sleep itself? And this can be the case when you learn to meditate properly. In fact, some studies say as much as 4, even more times beneficial than the process of sleep itself. So once you tune into meditation in a purposeful way, you can leverage the time that you're using to in fact rejuvenate, revitalize, re-energize yourself. And that then is going to set you up for the perfect day in the workplace, in your business, whatever your business may be. And then for other people, it's last thing at night. It's not as beneficial. Why? Because now you probably are fatigued. You can't wait to hit the pillow. If you've left it this late, then what I'd say is better late than never. Take the time, just sit, get yourself in the correct meditative position, and give yourself 15, 20 minutes of enjoyable resting time through the process of meditation. So hopefully you're beginning to find spaces in between. Now, if you've enjoyed this video, you want to learn more about the Corporate Yogi, then come along and visit our community, which is www.school.com/transformation. We'll put a link down below. We'd love to see you there. Going to share tips, tactics, ideas, ways that you can sharpen the saw, can sharpen your mind, become more solutions focused, become more meditative, moment to moment, day to day, bring the most beautiful and brilliant aspects of being a corporate yogi into your life. So thanks for listening. Do make the time to meditate. Do come along and participate with us at the Corporate Yogi, and we'll look forward to sharing new insights with you every week that will allow you to take your life and your business to the next level. Thanks for listening. See you again soon. Bye for now.